Your choices were never yours. They were only doors you failed to open. I bought the mirror from a junk shop at the edge of town. It leaned in the corner, half buried behind a stack of broken chairs. The frame was heavy, carved wood coated in gold leaf that had cracked and peeled with age. Tiny flakes came off in my hand, light as dust. The glass itself was clouded, like smoke had seeped inside and frozen there. It was beautiful in a ruined way. I told myself it would give my bedroom some character, something old, something real. The first night, I hung it on the wall across from my bed. The nails bent under the weight, and for a moment I thought it would come crashing down. But it held. The surface seemed to shiver when it settled, like a pond struck by a stone. In daylight, the mirror looked ordinary enough. My reflection wavered, bent at the edges, but that was nothing unusual for glass this old. Dust swam in the sunlight, drifting over my face. But that night, when I woke in the dark, I saw it differently. The glass had cleared. Instead of my room, I saw a table lit by a single candle. A woman's hand reached into the frame, placing the candle on a tablecloth I didn't own. Her fingers brushed mine, though I was lying in bed across the room. The flame shuddered, as if it knew I was watching. Then the vision faded, leaving only my face in the dim silver of the glass. I told myself it was a dream, a trick of the light. But the next night, I woke again. The mirror showed me a boy, no more than 5 years old, hair tangled from sleep. He looked up at me, arms raised, waiting to be lifted. My own arms stayed heavy at my sides. My reflection hovered behind him, unmoving, cold. The nights bled together. Each time I woke, the mirror showed me a moment, different each time. Missed moments. A woman walking away, her suitcase dragging across the floor. A phone ringing in the dark, unanswered until it stopped. A door shutting, with no hand to keep it open. I began to dread sleep. But still I lay in bed, eyes wide, waiting for the mirror to open again. And then one night it changed. The glass bloomed with color, too vivid, too alive. I saw myself kneeling in a garden, dirt on my hands, sun falling across my shoulders. Laughter swirled around me, warm and close, though I was alone in my room. Another time the woman returned, older now, her hair streaked with gray, her hand folded into mine. The mirror hummed faintly, like a voice trapped behind glass. These weren't missed moments. These were possibilities. The mirror was showing me lives I could have lived, lives better than my own. I couldn't look away. Each night I waited, desperate for the glass to clear. My room itself seemed to fade. The walls dimmed into shadow while the worlds inside the mirror grew sharper, brighter. One night, I pressed my hand against the surface. It was warm, soft, almost like skin. The glass rippled under my touch, and a door frame appeared behind it, crooked and waiting. In the morning, I rearranged my furniture. The mirror had shown me a room lit by firelight, a chair angled just so. I dragged my own chair to match. Another night, I saw a quilt patterned in faded colors. The next day, I scoured flea markets until I found one almost the same. Slowly, my room reshaped itself to mirror the mirror. I hardly noticed the food rotting in my kitchen. I barely remembered to bathe. The world beyond my bedroom blurred. Only the mirror mattered. Sometimes I caught myself whispering to it. Small things, meaningless things, just to fill the silence. My voice frayed to threads, but the glass never answered. Still, I couldn't stop. Until one night, the vision changed again. I saw myself inside the mirror, sitting in a chair by the fire. My reflection leaned forward, reading a book. The room around him glowing warm and safe. From somewhere out of sight, a woman's laugh carried through. But in my own bed, I sat rigid, staring. The mirror self turned a page, then stopped. Slowly it raised its head and looked directly at me. The eyes weren't mine. They burned too brightly. The glass no longer wavered. No ripples, no smoke, only clarity. 2 rooms, 2 versions of me, one gesture apart. The man in the mirror smiled. My breath caught. I reached out almost without thinking. My fingertips brushed the glass and sank through. The surface was liquid, cool and yielding. I gasped as my hand vanished into the mirror. The cold spread fast, crawling up my arm. My wrist disappeared, my elbow, my shoulder. The reflection stood as I sank. He pressed his palm against mine, though his hand was dry, steady, warm. His eyes never left mine. I tried to pull back, but the glass tightened, hard as stone. My chest hit the surface and slid through. I couldn't breathe. The last thing I saw of my room was the bed empty, covers tangled in a heap. Then I was inside. The fire crackled. The book lay open on my lap. The woman's laugh drifted closer. The warmth of it all wrapped around me. For a moment, it felt real, until I turned toward the mirror. On the other side stood a man. Me, but not me. His face was pale, pressed close to the glass, eyes wide, lips moving soundlessly. He pounded on the surface, frantic, but no sound came through. The reflection didn't move, it only watched. I lifted my hand to the glass. He lifted his too. For a heartbeat, I thought we were the same again. Then I saw it, his mouth, still moving, still forming the same word over and over. Help! The glass hardened. The room behind him vanished into shadow, and I was left here, inside, forever. You saw him reach for the mirror, didn't you? Always reaching for what is brighter, softer, easier. He thought he deserved those other lives, as if they were waiting for him to claim. But every reflection has a cost, and every door that opens must also close. Tell me, when you stare into the glass, do you imagine another version of yourself? The one who chose better, loved harder, lived fuller. But be careful. The mirror is patient. It doesn't grant wishes, it collects them. It is always watching, and it does not care which version of you is left behind. Until next time. I'm not done with you yet.